Is MrBeast a disgusting, exploitive monster, or is he a hero? Or both of those arguments have been flying around the internet for over a day now. And that's because over the weekend, he uploaded a video titled 1,000 Blind People See for the First Time.
MrBeast is a demonic, evil person who should be canceled immediately. That's something you could only hear on Twitter.com. Picture this real quick, right? One of the most charitable creators in the entire world, who has an entire channel dedicated to philanthropy, but somehow people have found a way to get next.
Who in their right mind would actually be upset that a guy went out there and helped cure people of blindness? I know what you're thinking, and yeah, it happened. Somehow, someway, people on Twitter have managed to become incredibly angry at MrBeast for making this video.
One of the main sources on Twitter, a lot of this MrBeast hate, is a tweet that went extremely viral, amassed over 75,000 likes. There is something so demonic about this, and I can't even articulate what it is. He is literally the Antichrist.
Wow. Hey YouTube, my name's Matthew Cortman, and this is Bible Scholar Reacts.
This video, we're curing 1,000 people's blindness. It's gonna be crazy.
Oh. Wow.
She's just one of 1,000 blind people we help from around the world.
They can't see, but we have all the technology to fix it.
Yep, half of all the blindness in the world is people who need a 10-minute surgery.
Crazy.
And of course, in good MrBeast fashion, the video actually doesn't just have him restoring their eyesight by paying for surgeries, but it also goes ahead and throws in some free Teslas, throws in some free money to help pay for college tuition, you know, the usual MrBeast stuff.
Satchel, take off your blindfold.
What?
This is your brand new Tesla.
Now, I gotta say, that video was fantastic, and I found it wholesome and wonderful, and it restored my faith in humanity. Fast forward to the end of the weekend, and I started hearing that my faith in humanity was very misplaced.
However, on Twitter, a lot of people have been calling out MrBeast for this video and in general how he goes about creating content.
So the tweet that started this all actually goes ahead and states simply this: there is something so demonic about this, and I can't even articulate what it is. Demonic?
You watch this video, you go, oh, how cute and how nice. I watch the video and I'm filled with rage.
What's wrong with you?
But it's not just the issue of the demonic, because it turns out there is actually more at stake in this. There was another tweet which was not just invoking religion. It went full on fundamentalist, left behind insanity. I'm not kidding you. Here's what it had to say.
He is literally the Antichrist. He's performing our society's equivalent of miracles through these excessive acts of faux generosity and is garnering everyone's undivided love and admiration in doing so. He will start subverting Christ's teachings next and preaching selfish acts.
85,000+ people are finding this to be demonic, right? Demonic. That demonstrates a really interesting problem, and it's one that for certain we need to address.
When you look at any type of literature or lore, the beast is the devil is the beast. They are in one. Now, his name was originally 6,000, MrBeast 6,000, and everybody knows that the letter 6 is associated with evil. This MrBeast got his name from the one and only Xbox. And guess who was owner of Xbox, and guess who owns Xbox? Yeah, that's right, Bill Gates. And a lot of people have been speculating that Bill Gates is wanting to take over the world. What better person to use as his minion as MrBeast 6,000? And some are even saying MrBeast has too much power, and they do not see what is coming in the future, because there is something that's going to be coming in the very few months that you're going to need to know about if you want to survive MrBeast. Because I think we all know what they say about the mark of the beast, and I think we all know about what they say MrBeast is doing.
Now, obviously, I'm not going to take too seriously this comment about the Antichrist. Let's just get this out of the way, though, and just clarify that the Antichrist is the opposite of Christ, which means that in order for something to be Antichrist, it has to be polar opposite of Jesus Christ. And the one thing that seemingly all people understand about this video by Jimmy Donaldson is just how much it reminds them of Jesus Christ.
Did you guys hear that Jesus came back recently, like today and yesterday, and that he's no longer from Nazareth and his name isn't Jesus anymore, it's Jimmy, and he's from Greenville, North Carolina. All right, not Nazareth.
And in fact, in 1 John, it says that the spirits of Antichrist is all around us, right? There's this spirit, this idea, this feeling of Antichrist, and you can see it all around. Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate.
Amazing, but also others saying things like, are we going to start celebrating people with resources giving back to people for entertainment only? He gave these surgeries to people who agreed to be in a YouTube video for him to monetize. How is that charity? And he just makes people dance on camera for basic human needs so he can make millions. As well as some that were split saying, he makes a good impact, but he does it in a borderline or maybe not borderline unethical way that benefits himself more than anyone he could ever help. Giving should be a selfless act.
I couldn't help while thinking about this. Woe unto those that call evil good and call good evil. For those that are not aware, that is not my own personal woe. That is actually from the book of Isaiah. The point in Isaiah is that it is a terrible thing in society when good things suddenly seem to be evil. So for somebody who represents some of the best of not only YouTubers, but also human beings in general, somebody who's actually trying to give back to the communities, to call them demonic or say that they're the Antichrist doesn't actually hurt their reputation.
How can you use the word demonic over the fact that someone just changed 1,000 people's lives and their families? Yes, he's making content out of it, but if I was blind and someone says, hey, do you want to participate in this show and get your vision back for free? Who wouldn't? What are you guys watching?
It just unfortunately makes those terms suddenly not bad. Because if good is bad, then I'm going to be bad because that's good. You get the point. This is why Isaiah said this is just, you have to woe unto those when this is the society you live in. It makes no sense. Now, if you thought Twitter was strange, I just want to take a moment for you to see how odd this can get in relationship to another individual who created a video reacting to MrBeast.
There's a lot of issues with this video. There's 3 major issues. 1, he lied to us. Number 2, he deceived us in the actual video. And number 3, he actually did illegal activity in this video. So what I'm going to do is quickly just break down this video and give you the actual laws and the truth about this video. So before you hate on me or anything like that, just know that everything that you're going to hear from this point forward is going to be factual statements. I'm going to be presenting the facts to you. Every word that's going to be coming out of my mouth is going to be true as it stands by the U.S. military law. And before you get upset or click off because you're...
Wait, what? What in the world does he mean everything I'm going to say is true according to U.S. military law? What? Also, is this a legal video? I mean, you say he broke the law. You say everything I'm going to talk about is the law. And the first question that comes to my mind is, are you a practicing attorney? Are you licensed to give legal advice?
So as you can see, the title is 1,000 blind people see for the first time. And if you look right here in the actual video, this isn't 1,000 people. I'm not going to count them for you on the video, but it's only about 600 to 700 that are in this video. Now, MrBeast in the intro says we're curing 1,000 people's blindness. That's different than 1,000 blind people see for the very first time. So right off the bat, within the first 3 seconds of the video, MrBeast has lied to us. And another thing, these people... So right off the bat, MrBeast lies to us in the title. Now, a lot of people have been mad about clickbait in the past. A lot of people comment on my videos and just say I'm a piece of freaking crap because what I put in my videos aren't actually in the content. But if MrBeast does it, nobody gets mad. Everybody just posts on Twitter and posts on blog sites and news stations pick it up saying how great he is. So right off the bat, MrBeast lied to us. But the second mistake is where it actually gets worse. Now that's not all. MrBeast actually did something illegal. So as you can see right here.
As someone who leans liberal, I don't usually sing conservative songs that are like, you know, this world is not my home. But oh, when I see things like this, that sounds so utterly tempting.
He's never driven before. Therefore, he does not have a driver's license. And guess what they do? They freaking bring this guy a brand new Tesla. And not only do they bring him a brand new Tesla, they let him drive it. They let this dude drive this brand new Tesla, and he does not have a driver's license. As you can see, he doesn't know what he's doing. He runs over cones in this video. He runs through this little paper, and if you look at the actual Google site, driving without a license in North Carolina is prohibited by law, and those who are caught face fines or even jail time. Penalizing driving, basically it's illegal. So what is MrBeast trying to do with this video? Is he trying to heal blind people, or is he trying to set people up for jail?
Do you know what a Karen is?
Yeah.
What's a Karen?
It's a person who's really selfish and only cares about themselves, and they want everything to be for them.
What's another word for a Karen?
Cow?
Do you know any Karens?
My dad's seen one, but I've never seen one in my life.
Where'd your dad see a Karen?
I think it was at a Walmart.
And also, 1,000 people's blindness weren't even cured in America. He basically went to all these other countries to cure these other people's blindness, which is cool, but it just doesn't really add up to what we were expecting to see.
That's just incredible. That's just incredible. I mean, there you go. It doesn't matter what you do. Somebody will hate you for it. That's the end result. No matter what you do, no matter what good you put in the world, somebody thinks it's demonic.
Every time MrBeast posts a video, there's all these people who hate on him, who just critique him. There's this person on Twitter, Brianna Wu. Sorry if this is an unpopular opinion, but MrBeast sets every warning bell I have off. I don't think there's any truth behind his smile or intentions. I think there's inevitably going to be a scandal when some really dark stuff comes out. Wow, projecting much? You are absolutely entitled to your own opinion, but just because you get the ick and he sets off red flags doesn't mean anything at all.
Those who are complaining about MrBeast are in essence utilizing a very postmodernist hermeneutic, and they're basically deconstructing what MrBeast is doing. One of the major critiques of postmodernism as a viewpoint is that essentially it always finds the flaw in pretty much everything, because ultimately every single thing we do can be understood negatively, can be interpreted through a sort of selfish angle or a nefarious point. It doesn't mean it's true, but it does mean it's possible to see things that way. And so postmodernism is constantly critiquing and looking at the underpinnings of the world and ultimately finding them lacking. Now, the problem with this is what you're seeing in the case of MrBeast. These criticisms kind of end up rubbing a lot of people wrong because they don't actually lead anywhere. So people here, we've got about 85,000 individuals who are complaining that somebody actually did something because they didn't solve the entire problem, or because they didn't do it in the way that they wanted them to approach the issue. They didn't make the kind of video they wanted to make. Now, that does not negate at all the fact that the criticisms that have been leveled about the system that creates this inequality, the fact that access to this healthcare has not been made, these are all very important criticisms. These are important things. But attacking Jimmy Donaldson for trying to help people, saying that he's just some rich dude out to make money, for what this demonstrates is that the people calling for reform of the system are just as morally and ethically bankrupt as the capitalists that they're upset with.
Don't fall for it. This is all just a PR move to look good for his ego. And? What? Okay, listen, I'm going to play an exact scenario of what he would be doing if he did what you asked. Hello there, I was going to cure you of blindness, but people would call me a narcissist using you for attention, so I'm going to keep you blind. Goodbye. Did he leave the room? I can't tell because I'm still blind. Thanks, Twitter. And now he has no ad revenue, and there's no money to even give out in the first place, and no one can be helped by anybody. Are you happy? I'm never happy.
And they have just as much hatred and problems in their lives, and this is just not the way to go about it. You want to reform the system? Good. Have that debate. Clearly, the video got a lot of people talking. But to go the route that so many have, it just demonstrates how utterly bankrupt this is.
I believe that a lot of people are just toxic for no reason, just because they just wake up in the morning and they're just angry and they just find the first target that pops up on their news feed and say, I figured out a reason to be angry at this person, and here's why. What do you want? At the end of the day, what do you need for a person to mind their business and do good for other people, and for it not to be something that brings you so much animosity?
Because the reason why a postmodern deconstructive attitude can only take you so far is kind of evidenced by what we see here. It doesn't actually change anything. All they're doing is whining about how the system isn't good enough. And that in itself could be a good discussion. But when it's utilized as a point in which to critique MrBeast as a symptom of a problem, rather than an attempt to try to work through very unfortunate systems and circumstances, then what you demonstrate is the bankruptcy of your worldview, the inability to still critique the world around you and move forward and actually make a difference in this world. And it demonstrates why they won't fix the problem, because they are themselves a part of it. If you found this kind of crazy, and I hope you did, I hope you'll go ahead and give this video a like, leave a comment down below, and let me know what you think. Do you believe that this was demonic, or do you think that this was actually worthwhile? This was something that was good and praiseworthy. In any case, I hope you'll stick around and watch the next video that's about to pop up, because I think you're gonna go like it.